Fashion of the cut sleeve. Favorites in Han China, 206 BC to 220 AD. In context, focus, same-sex imperial favorites. Before, 4th century BC. Alexander the Great and the noblemen of Phastion emulate the Greek heroes and lovers Achilles and Patroclus. After, 1307 to 1312, England's Edward II loses his noble support after favoring Piers Gaveston, said to be his lover. Circa 1579 to 1625, Scotland and England's James VI and I has relationships with 3 of his male courtiers. 1624 to 1663, Ana Jinga of Dongo Matamba, now Angola, rules as a king, wears men's clothes, and keeps a harem of wives. Circa 1644 to 1662, Christina of Sweden dresses in men's clothes and has an intimate relationship with a countess. One of China's oldest euphemisms for homosexuality, the passion of the cut sleeve, dates back to the Han Dynasty of 206 BC to 220 AD. This was considered the golden age of ancient China, and through the development of the Chinese civil service and the Silk Road, it laid foundations for later dynasties' cultural and economic growth. The story of the Passion of the cut sleeve dates to the reign of Emperor I of Han, or ID, who ascended to the imperial throne in 7 BC at the age of 20. According to the Han Shu, Book of Han, ID had a male favorite named Dongzhang, whom he loved. Dongzhang was 19, a court official, and married to a woman whom he met the emperor when he met the emperor, but none of that proved an obstacle. Dong's family soon moved into the imperial palace of Chang'an, Mandarin, to live alongside ID and his wife. ID ordered luxurious new quarters to be built for his beloved and showered him with expensive gifts. According to the Han Shu, ID woke one day to find Dong sleeping on his sleeve and decided to have it cut off rather than pull it away. After the sign of great devotion, it became fashionable for men at court to wear a cut sleeve. Dong and ID. ID favored Dong by promoting him to commander of the armed forces, one of the most powerful positions within the imperial regime. The emperor also gave titles to Dong's family. When he became seriously ill, the dying ID even attempted to name Dong as his heir, but this was seen as an abuse of his imperial power. ID's advisors and the Grand Empress Dowager Wang, the mother of ID's predecessor, instead conspired to install her nephew Wang Mang, beginning the short-lived Jin dynasty, 923 AD. Dongzhang and his wife died by suicide, either at the prompting of the new regime or in fear of it. Han tradition. ID was not the only Han emperor to have a male favorite. The position was common enough that several were recorded in a chapter of Han historian Sanchan Shiji, records of the grand historian for their skills and accomplishments. According to Sima Chan, Emperor Daozu reigned from 202 to 195 BC. The first Han ruler favored a young boy named Ji, while Emperor Hui ruled 195 to 188 BC, had a favorite named Hong. Ji and Hong were both included in the chronicle for their good looks and for the way other men at court tried to emulate their fashions. Emperor Wen ruled 180 to 157 BC, had 3 favorites. 2 were eunuchs, Zhao Tan, who was skilled in observing the stars, and Bei Gongbaozi, a worthy and affectionate man, with the third, Deng Tong, was a boatman who had appeared to the emperor in a dream. The emperor searched for the man, found him, and showed him favor. In return, Deng Tong reportedly nursed healing relief through his illness by sucking the pus from his wounds. Ada was the last Western Han emperor, but the dynasty did not end with his reign. After the Jin interregnum, the Han capital moved from Changjiang to Luoyang under the Eastern Han, 25 to 220 AD. Male favorites became less prominent under the Tang dynasty and ceased to be recorded after the end of the Song dynasty in the 13th century, due partly to religious influences from the West. Boys clad like officials were constantly in the emperor's bedchamber. Sima Chan, Chinese historian, circa 145 to 87 BC, describing Emperor Hui's favorites. The bitten peach. An even older story than that of the cut sleeve, the euphemism of the bitten peach is also used in China. According to a cautionary tale by philosopher and statesman Han Fei, Mizi Jia was a beautiful and well-loved courtier dukeling of Wei, ruled 534 to 492 BC. One day, while walking in the garden, he bit into a peach. Finding it delicious, he offered the rest to the Duke. At the time, the Duke saw this as a loving gesture, but after he fell out of love with Mizi Jia, he saw the gift of the half-eaten peach as an insult. Whether or not Mizi Jia ever existed, his name later became synonymous with male beauty, and the bitten peach became an allusion to homosexual love.